morning to each and everyone. By the way, my name is Usman S. Manday, and for today's video, we will discuss about the writing process. Overview. In this lesson, the writing process, we're going to learn how to writing is a peaceful way to express yourselves as we go through the step-by-step process of writing that we will talk about how this artistic activity can help us our community grow in understanding, empathy, and peace. We will also talk about the different stages of spelling development. So these help us guide children towards early writing and skills that are confident and kind. So the learning objective of this lesson, at the end of this lesson, student can A. Recognize writing as a way to share thoughts, feelings, and ideas peacefully and meaningfully. And B. Describe the type of instructions appropriate for each phase of spelling development. So here are the for the writing processes, which is the pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. First is the pre-writing. So based on these descriptions, this is when the writer collects ideas and get ready to write, then organize ideas and plan for writings. So the writer may use graphic organizer or complete pre-writing a quick write. So sa pre-writing is bago tayo gagawa ng isang writing is kailangan muna nating i-consider or i-collect muna yung mga ideas na kung saan is kailangan natin idugtong sa ating gagawin na writings. For instance, kapag tayo ay gagawa ng isang writing is kailangan mayroong organize ng ideas, merong pagpaplano kung paano ba natin isulat ng maayos, and then the writer is gagamit sila ng mga graphic organizers para magkaroon ng step-by-step process sa paggawa ng writings o pagsulat. So, here are the activities and learning strategies. First is choose the topic. Mamili ka kung ano ang topic na iyong gagawin. Second is gather ideas about the topic. So, hahanapan mo ng mga information, concrete ideas, or evidence na kung saan is makakatulong or susuporta sa gagawin mong activities o sa nagawa mong topics. Then, think about what is already known and what should be researched. Then, kailangan mo munang i-consider kung ano ba yung prior knowledge mo at kung ano ba ang mga new knowledge na kung saan is nakukuha mo or nag-gain mo sa paghahanap through research in the social media or in the internet platforms so that you can combine it together and identify a purpose for writing. So, kailangan mo munang i-identify kung ano ba ang purpose ng iyong writing, which is for instance when it comes to the audience, kung ito ba ay para sa mga bata or ito ba ay suitable para lamang sa mga adult na mambabasa. And last is think about the audience. Ngayon nga, ano ba yung think about the audience, which is kailangan mo malaman kung ano ba ang suitable na mambabasa ng iyong gagawing topic, which is ito ba ay suitable para sa mga bata, kung ito ba ay suitable para sa mga matatanda. So, second one is the drafting. So, in the drafting is, this is when the writer takes the ideas and write them so that they flow. The writer will create a raw draft and emphasize the idea and content. So, sa drafting is dito na magsisimula yung introduction at body ng pagsulat ng iyong writings. Halimbawa, sa yung topic is gagawan muna ng introduction, kung ano ba ang introduction ng iyong gagawing writings. And activities and learning strategies na gagamitin sa drafting is compile, severe, free writes, quick writes, into paragraph. Kailangan lahat ng gagawin mong ideas based on your own na kung saan is isasali mo sa iyong gagawin na topic is kailangan mong may organize ng maayos. Secondly is write a road draft and maybe additional draft, which is kailangan mong magkaroon ng parang tinatawag na scratch, which is isusulat mo doon kung ano ba ang mga next step na idudugtong mo sa iyong gagawing writings. Kung saan is pwede mo siyang palitan or pwede mo siyang dagdagan. And then write a road draft and maybe additional draft. Then focus on the topic, which is kailangan sa pagsulat or sa writing is kailangan yung isusulat mo is focus lamang sa topic na iyong pinaplano o iyong bibigyan ng kahulugan. Then leave space or skip lines to allow for chances. Kung sa tingin mo is yung bagay na yon or yung spaces na yon is or yung sentence or words na yon is hindi suitable, hindi maganda sa gagawin mong writing is pwede mo yung i-revise or alisin na lang. And avoid concern for spelling and grammar. Sa pagsulat ng writing is kailangan is yung mga spelling is dapat correct and then yung grammar is maayos or arranged ng maayos. Revising. So in revising is this is when the writer rethink how ideas and present and may share the draft with a classmate. So sa revising is dito na magkakaroon ng revising, kung ano ang ating idudugtong, kung ano ba ang ating iaalis sa paggawa ng ating writings. For instance, activities and learning in the strategy, which is reread the draft, which is babasahin mo muna yung nagawa mong topics or yung nagawa mong paragraph kung ito ba ay correct or kung ito ba ay okay na o may kulang pa. Then receive feedback from the classmate, which is pwede mong yung ginawa mo na paragraph is pwede mong ipabasa sa inyong mga kaklase o sa inyong mga kaibigan, which is you can able to receive a feedback, which is kung ano ba ang kanilang magiging opinion, kung ito ba ay dapat dagdagan or maybe some words is dapat ialis dahil hindi suitable sa gagawin mong writings. And add, delete, substitute, or recognize ideas or event for the clarity. You can add, pwede mong dagdagan ang iyong ginagawang writings. Delete, which is alisin, substitute or palitan or reorganize or i-arrange ng maayos yung mga ideas or event upang mas magkaroon ng clearer or mas klaro na paragraph or mas klaro na ideas. So the next is the editing. So in this, when the writer address proper writing conventions and mechanics, the writer will develop the draft into near final form. So sa editing is which is yung nagawa mo na topic and the body of the paragraph is dito na magkakaroon ng editing or the step by step process upang magkaroon ng mas klaro, mas maganda at mas maganda ang flow ng pagkaka-editing sa iyong gagawing writings, which is you need to start from the first step, which is in the introduction, through body of the content, and then their conclusions. So activities and learning strategies first is proofread for errors. Kailangan mo munang basahin yung buong detalye ng inyong gagawing writings upang mahanapan mo or hahanapan mo ng mga errors na kung saan is kailangan mo itong papalitan. Then, correct spelling using a dictionary. Sa pagkakaroon naman ng spelling is, usually is kailangan nating nakabase tayo sa dictionary upang hindi tayo magkaroon ng kalituhan or error sa mga words na ating gagamitin. Which is, another one is the correct grammar, which is yung grammar dapat is correct and well organized. Then another one is correct capitalization and punctuation error, which is you need to consider yung mga capitalization ng mga words, yung mga punctuation errors na kung saan is kailangan nating alisin. Then lastly is combine or expand sentences, which is pwede mong i-combine or kailangan mo pang pahabain yung mga sentences na gagawin mo sa isang writing. So, the lastly is the publishing. So, in this publishing this is the reward for writing. Publishing is when the writer share her works. So, in the publishing is dito na nagkakaroon ng final output yung ginagawa mong writings. Which is, sa publishing is dito na nafa-finalize kung ano ba ang outcomes, kung ano ba ang yung nagawa na writings. So, activities and learning strategies here in the publishing is, first bullet is, develop a final copy for display. Siyempre, sa gagawa nating publishing is, kailangan merong tangible na evidence na nagawa natin or mga books na gagawin natin in hard copy upang mabasa ng ating mga audience. Second one is share works with classmate and family. So, paggawa natin pag-publish natin ng ating mga libro or ating nagawang writing is usually dapat kailangan din natin ma-express sa mga tao na kung saan is meron ka rin naging kasama sa paggawa ng iyong writings. Then, create a class anthology, which is dapat sa pagbibigay ng isang sa pagbibigay or pag-publish ng isang books na nagawa mo o isang writing is kailangan is suitable at naging mas maganda para sa inyong mga kaklase. So remember remember in pre-writing, this is the planning stage of the writing process when you brainstorm the ideas, yung mga research, yung mga nag-gather nating informations upang magkaroon tayo ng writings kung paano natin gagawin ang isang writings. Second is in the drafting this is the stage where na kailangan na nating gumawa yung mga opinion natin, yung mga ideas natin is gagawin na natin into writings. So, number 3 is the revise. So, in this stage, when you revise your draft and make changes to improve the overall quality of your writing, this could include adding, deleting, or reorganizing content to make your writing more clearer, concise. So, clearly, in the revise is kailangan nating i-adding, dagdagan, kung ano bang dating deleting, kung ano bang ating papalitan, kung ano ba ang ating reorganize o aayusin ng maayos sa ating content na ginagawa. Number 4 is edit, which is this is the stage where you focus on the mechanics of your writing such as grammars, punctuation, and spelling. Sa editing is kailangan dapat yung ating ginagawa na writing is merong mga tama yung kanyang grammar, yung kanyang punctuation is naka-align ng maayos, at yung the most important is yung kanyang spelling is dapat na tama. So, lastly is the publish. So, in this the final stage where you share your writing with your intended audience, which is sa publish is dito mo na ma-share yung nagawa mong writings or na-publish sa mga audience mo, which is even your audience is para sa mga bata or yung ginawa mong writing is para sa mga matatanda. So now, let's proceed to the emergent writing and spelling development. Phase 1, pre-literate. At the pre-literate phase, children begins to develop the foundation for writing and spellings. Dito sa pre-literate is dito na nagkakaroon yung bata na magkaroon ng development sa kung paano ba matuto ng writings, pagsulat at mga spellings. Although they have not yet mastered, even hindi nila master yung conventional spelling rules, is yung mga bata is nai-engage sila sa tinatawag na scribbling and drawing, which are ito yung pinaka primary steps toward upang mas malaman o mas matututunan pa ng mga bata kung paano ba ang isang writing paano ba ang isang writing is nagkakaroon ng or nagiging isang communication. They begin to imitate letters like shapes and experiment with drawings and symbols without necessarily knowing their sounds or conventional letter patterns. So, in the pre-literate phases, which is yung mga student, yung mga bata is nagkakaroon ng random marks through the use of the scribbling na ire-represent ng mga bata ang kanilang exploration through the writing languages. Another one is the use of the invented symbols. Gumagamit sila ng mga symbols like circles, mga lines, upang mai-present yung mga words or sound na kanilang sinasabi o kanilang ipapahiwatig. Another one is focus on the act of writing as an expression rather than forming actual letters or sound, which is focus lamang yung act ng isang writing sa kung paano nila may express ang kanilang ideas, opinions, or thoughts kumpara sa forming actual letter or words. So, another one is the phase 2, which is the letter sound. So, in this phase, the children begins to understand that the letter represent a specific sound, which is sa letter sound is dito na nalalaman ng isang magbata na kung saan is dapat niyang malaman na bawat isang letra ay may nakarepresenta na specific sound, that they started associating individual letters or letters combination with their corresponding phonemes, meaning sounds. The concept of phonemic awareness become essential as a children begin to sound out words and write them with more accuracy. For instance, sa letter sound is, yung bata is gumagamit sila ng first letter of a words represent the entire words. For instance, for example, writing D for dog. Sa letrang D is nalalaman na ng bata is yung letter D is pwede gamitin from the start na pagsulat, which is yung words na dog and another form of the words. Then, another one is the phonemic spelling, where the children use the sound they hear to write words, often omitting vowels or using incorrect letters. So, sa phonemic spellings, which is yung bata is nalalaman niya yung sound, tono na kanilang naririnig by the words. And then, beginning of understanding the relationship between the letter and sound, but without full mastery on conventional spelling. So sa letter sound, is dito na nagsisimula ang pagkakaroon ng understanding ng bawat relationship sa pagitan ng letra at ng kanyang tono. Even without fully master, kumbaga hindi pa niya kabisado yung convention of the spelling, yung pagkakasunod-sunod or yung tamang sound or paano nila bubuin sa paggawa ng spelling. Phase 3, within words pattern. So in phase 3 is the children is in this phase develop a more refined understanding of spelling. Kumbaga, they begin to understand and use spelling patterns within words such as vowel combination, diagram, and blend. They become more accurate in spelling by applying common spelling rules, but mistakes still occur as they test out of this pattern. So in phase 3 is ang pagkakaiba lang nila is dito sa phase 3 is yung mga estudyante is unti-unti nang mas na-develop ang kanilang understanding sa paggawa ng spelling. Kumbaga, they understand the use of spelling patterns within words, which is kaya na nilang gumamit ng mga vowel combination, kaya nilang i-combine yung mga diagram, yung mga blend, kung paano sila makakabuo ng isang words na kung saan is tugma sa spelling na ipinapagawa o ipinapasulat sa kanila. And they become more accurate in spelling by applying common spelling rules. But always pa rin nagkakaroon ng mistakes, but still kakaunti na lamang ang kanilang nagagawang mistakes and they test out of this pattern. Let's proceed to the phase 4, syllables and affixes. Meaning, in this phase, the children refine their spelling and begins to focus on syllables, syllabifications, and the application of word endings and prefixes. They started to understand how syllables break down in words and how this break affect spelling. Also, they begin to spell words within common affixes like ing, ed, or ly. For instance, sa syllable sa phase 4 is dito na nagkakaroon ng mas concrete ideas or understanding yung isang bata sa paggawa o sa paggawa ng spelling. For instance, they have the capable of spell using the words na merong karugtog na ing like reading, ed like related, or ly like butterfly, which is they can able to spell that kind of words. So, the key feature on this phase 4 syllable affixes, syllable awareness increase and children start dividing words into syllable for better spelling. Yes, sa phase 4 is yung bata is alam na niya kung papaano i-identify each letter sa isang words. Then, they focus shift towards spelling longer words with multiple syllables and using common suffixes, prefixes correctly. Which is sa syllable and affixes sa phase 4 is yung student is they can able to spelling longer words, multiple syllables, and gumagamit sila ng mga common suffixes and prefixes ng tama. Then, another one is the children begins to understanding how word parts. Example, yung mga root words, prefixes, and suffixes that nakaka-influence sa spelling. For example, a children might correctly spell jumping, happily, or dancing. but might still have difficult with irregular or complex affixes word like believe or forgetting. Which is, in the phase 4 is, yung student is, they can able to spell jumping, happily, or dancing, which is, this kind of word is something very mahirap, but is might have still difficult with irregular or complex affixes words like believe. But in these words is meron din namang mga difficult words na kung saan is the student can't able to spell correctly. For instance, believe or forgetting. So, the lastly is the phase 5, which is derivational consistency. So, in this phase, it involves the understanding of more advanced spelling patterns, including the rules that govern word derivations on how words change when prefixes, suffixes, and root combine. The children begins to understand the historical or etymological origins of words and how this influence spelling consistency even when the word form changes. Then sa phase 5 is dito na nagkakaroon ng understanding, consistency, and more advanced when it comes to spelling pattern yung isang bata. Kumbaga, alam na niya kung papaano i-combine ng isang letters or words. Alam na niya kung saan ba yung meaning, kung ano ba ang nagiging meaning ng kaniyang isinusulat na spelling. And another one is, dito sa derivation consistency is, mas lalong alam na ng bata kung saan ba nagkaroon, kung saan ba nagsimula yung beginning or the history of every words na kaniyang isinusulat. So, by recognizing of how derivational morphemes, prefixes, and suffixes, which is, alam na ng bata, which is, kung paano gamitin yung prefixes, suffixes, na kung saan is, hindi nakakaepekto sa paggawa ng spelling at sa mga root words. Another one is, they can understand the irregularities in spelling that persist across the different form of words. Which is, alam na ng bata kung paano nila isusulat yung mga hindi tama sa tama na spelling sa kanilang isusulat. Then, the application of consistent spelling patterns even in complex and less familiar words. So, in phase 5 is, even the complex spelling or words is kaya na nilang gawin. For instance, a child may begins to spell produce. Then, sa words na produce is, they can able to spell properly, they can understand in every letters, they can identify every letters. So, also, they can understand what are the meaning of produce. So they can comes in their mind that they spell produce meaning productions. So, this is the 5 phases that focuses on emergent writing and spelling development through helping to recognizing our students. So, the emergent writing and spelling development occurs across the several phases, from the pre-literate stages where the children explore writing through scribbles to the more sophisticated understanding of words pattern, syllables, and derivational spelling in later stages. As the children progress, they begin to apply more consistent rules and patterns in their spelling, culmination in deeper understanding of how language structures works. And that is the end of my report. Thank you so much.